We'll see it in the bottom half, but Andy Vargas is going to get the start for Las Tunas. He is pitching on 3 days rest. He started their first game on Wednesday and threw 67 pitches in 5 innings. As far as the Diablos, Jose Luis Bravo will get the ball. He pitched in relief in their opener back on Tuesday in a blowout win against Titanes de Florida. The Diablos 3-0 in this tournament, beat Titanes on Tuesday 15-2. They were tested a bit by Tigres, the Nicaraguan side, on Thursday night. They won that game 6-4, were up 6-1, allowed a late 3-run homer that made things interesting, and won 17-8 in their last game. Here is the lineup for Leñadores. Viñales batting in the 5-hole has 4 home runs in this tournament. Guibert has 3 batting third, but everybody within 1,000 OPS or more on this team, they have been elite offensively throughout the week. Santos, especially at the top of the lineup, a 600 on-base percentage for this club. Defensively for the Mexican side, one tweak to the defense. Gamboa is at shortstop. Sepulveda is playing second base. Moises Gutierrez not in the starting lineup, so Sepulveda is over at second with the captain Gamboa playing short for Diablos Rojos, the home team. As we get ready to get things going, Jose Luis Bravo, who came out of the pen on Tuesday, 2 innings of 1-run baseball, gave up 3 hits, 1 walk, and struck out 4. That was after Diablos had built up a sizable lead in what eventually became a 15-2 victory. There's a little bit more at stake here, as the winner of this ball game will become the 2025 BCL champ. Glad to have you all along for the ride on this Sunday afternoon. Santos takes below the zone. A 600 on-base percentage, a 1284 OPS for this left-handed hitter. If you like good left-handed hitting, this is the game for you. Some solid lefties on both of these teams.
Absolutely. Ton of power from that side of the plate. A lot of sweet swings. It's just been 2 really fun offenses to watch. And again, Diablo's first game, we're seeing them play in the daytime as well.
And it may give even more of a boost to Robinson Cano and company at the plate. Laced foul, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Santos.
Went after that one, down and in.
Getting the view from Chris Graham, who was our home plate umpire today. It is a 6-man crew, the umpiring crew this afternoon. Delfin Colon, the crew chief, is at first. Julio Molina at second. David Solis is the third base umpire. In the outfield, Alexis Alfaro is down the left field line. Rafael Ramirez is the right field umpire. Two. Count runs full early on from Santos. One of the key questions of this game is how the Las Tunas bat-to-ball skills that they've demonstrated and the stuff that we've seen from this deep Diablos pitching staff will mesh together. Swing and a miss, got him. Got the wave and the sword, shall we say, from Santos. Advantage Bravo very early in the ballgame.
Yeah, that was a great battle to start this one. Back and forth they went, fought off a couple of tough pitches, took some tough pitches, but that is a disgusting breaking ball on 3-2 to start the first batter.
That will bring up Luis Mateo. Blows that one by him, 92-mile-per-hour four-seamer from Bravo. Mateo's 1065 OPS, if you can believe it, is actually the second lowest in the Las Tunas starting lineup tonight. Speaks to the way this team has been able to score. They are playing their 5th game in as many days. This is the first time all tournament that the Diablos have had to go back-to-back after winning 17-8 over the Santa Maria Pirates in last night's semifinal. 0-2. Misses upstairs.
Yeah, and the question kind of becomes, for each team, are you more comfortable playing back-to-back days like you typically would during a regular season, or are the off days really beneficial to save those arms? I think you'd probably get different answers from different teams, right? I think off days, sometimes might take you out of your rhythm, especially, play one day, off one day, play the next, off the next. You know, it's just not a typical schedule in the middle of a season.
Well, both of these teams have looked in rhythm despite the different looks at it, and it's kind of the draw and the way the tournament went. Las Tunas has suffered a loss in this tournament. They won their first game 31-7 against the Santa Maria Pirates, but then came back and lost the next day 19-15 against Kane County. They won a knockout route game against Titanes 11-6 to make the semis, and got the win over Kane County for some revenge, 17-10 yesterday afternoon to bring them to this point. So if you're scoring at home, 31 runs, 15 runs, 11 runs, 17 runs in 4 games. Did he go? Yes, he did, says the crew chief Delfin Colon over at first base, saying he crossed the plane of home plate, which is the rule in the WBSC game. Back-to-back strikeouts for Bravo to start off the ball game.
Yeah, great stuff for Bravo. Again, 2 pretty long at-bats, making him earn it, making him throw a lot of pitches, but he has come through with a big-time pitch to get 2 strikeouts to start this one.
So here comes Joel Quisquibert. Power hitting right fielder, 3 home runs and 10 RBIs in this tournament. Want to know. Guibert coming off a 2-for-5 day with a walk in the semis and sends this one right back where it came from, a base hit. First base runner of the ball game today.
Yeah, Guibert has been one of the most impressive hitters in this tournament. We've seen him hit a ball over 530 feet, but right there, just takes a nice approach up the middle and extends this inning with 2 down.
The most impressive home run of this tournament was off Guibert's back. That was back on Wednesday, 536-foot home run against the Pirates. Hit the last row of seats in the outfield bleachers, which are huge here at this ballpark. So here is Josvani Alarcon.
Didn't like that call. Maybe got an inch or 2 off the outside, but good pitch to start the at-bat.
And it'll take some time, as it looks like Guibert is trying to tie his shoe over at first base.
Getting ready to run.
Yeah, maybe. We have not seen a lot of running in this tournament. Part of that is because with the offensive environment so favorable, managers aren't as inclined to risk it. And part of it is the rules. There's no disengagement or pitch clock with a runner on base. Went around, snap throw, not in time. 0-2 the count on Alarcon. Bravo trying to get his 3rd strikeout in the first inning here. And he's got it. What a start for Jose Luis Bravo. The cutter fades down and away, and Alarcon is down swinging. Strikes out the side in inning number 1. At the end of a half, Las Tunas nothing. Diablos coming to bat in the BCL championship game. So Bravo strikes out the side in the top of the first, working around that 2-out single from Guibert, and the Diablos Rojos starting lineup will take their first hacks of this ball game. Luis Liberato leads things off. Robinson Cano hitting him into spot, followed by Marmolejos Aquino, the former Cincinnati Red, who's got 2-3 home runs in this tournament. Ornelas, Rondon, Gamboa, Sepulveda going into the lineup today, and Mejia behind the plate. Again, no Gutierrez on the Renzo Bundy's lineup card this afternoon, electing to put Sepulveda in for this championship game. And the Vargas' first pitch is off the plate to Liberato. 25-year-old entering his 7th season in Cuba, an import player from Industriales, one of the powerhouse teams based in Havana. We've seen some Industriales uniforms at this ballpark throughout the tournament for the Las Tunas games. Had a 2.81 ERA over 15 games and starts this past season in the Serie Nacional. One of the best young arms in Cuba. High fly from Liberato. Ball carries here. Guibert on the run. Tracks it down for the basket catch. Joel Quisquibert had a good route to that for the first out of the bottom of 1.
Played very nicely by Guibert right off the bat. That looked like it could be tough. could fall in the gap.
And here is the full defense for Las Tunas. We saw a difficult day defensively for the Cuban side in the semi. They committed 3 errors. In fact, each of our last 2 games, they've been saddled with 3 errors in this tournament. So hoping to clean that up a little bit. Mistakes are going to be tough against the favored Diablos Rojos playing in their home ballpark. So here is Cano. Vargas is going to get hit with the pitch clock violation here. Well, maybe not. Clock hits 0. But he delivers the pitch below the zone, and it's 1-0. Well, there's a 20-second pitch clock with runners not on base in this tournament. And Cano slams one to deep right field. Diablos Rojos have a 1-0 lead in the title game on a moonshot from the 8-time All-Star.
Wow, what a shot off the bat, and he admired it out of the batter's box. No problem for Cano. He bested his big shot from last night, 458. Just demolishes this one, got it where he wanted it. What an electric start for this Diablos squad in front of their home crowd.
That would have been out anywhere, and the signature home run celebration as he heads to the dugout, low-fiving his teammates. We saw that last night as well when Cano hit a 463-foot blast in the 5th inning of a game that they would win running away. And these Diablos fans are ready to go. I mean, they hold this team to a high standard. They want to win and win big. And Andy Vargas rocked early by a long Cano home run.
He also blew a bubble around second base. He's feeling good out there.
Marmolejos 2 for 14, which by the standards of this tournament is a tough batting average to carry in. Does have 2 walks to his credit. Has played a good first base for Lorenzo Bundy's team.
Yeah, and if you're Vargas, it's tough, right? A young right-hander, but we've talked about it. You got to know that you're going to give up a few big flies and a few runs here and there. It's not going to be perfect, especially against this lineup. But if you can settle in, you know that Abesi Pantoja is hoping for some innings out of him here. Not that he won't pull him in a championship game if he needs to.
And we saw him a little bit antsy in his first start in the opener for Las Tunas. Walked the first 2 Santa Maria Pirates that he faced. And then later settled in and started pitching like that. Pulls the string on Jose Marmolejos for the 2nd out of the inning.
Yep, outstanding comeback right there. Went right at him. He was confident in that off-speed pitch. He even left it up a little bit. But gets the swing and miss.
Vargas on Wednesday, 5 innings, 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. He threw 67 pitches on Wednesday and now being trusted to come on here on Saturday, 3 days rest on Sunday today. As that's lined right to third, and Alarcon who snags it. They don't call it the hot corner for nothing. Yordani Alarcon makes a nice play to retire his side in the bottom of 1. But Robinson Cano cranks a ball out to right field for Diablos. It's advantage home side of the Baseball Champions League title game. Here's a number for you. Coming into this ball game, the Leñadores de Las Tunas had struck out just 19 times in 4 games. That's fewer than 5 strikeouts per game. 3 Ks for Jose Luis Bravo in the first inning of this ball game. Thus far, the very early returns are good for Diablos Rojos. It'll be Viñales, Baldoquin, and Alarcon. That is Yordani Alarcon. Due up 5, 6, 7 for Las Tunas. No doubt Viñales looking to answer this team's leading home run hitter in the tournament with 4 round trippers. He's got 11 RBIs.
Just like there's no breaks in the Diablos lineup, there's no breaks in this lineup either. It is 1 through 9. Guys that are patient. As you mentioned, don't typically go down swinging or go chasing out of the zone. and they're very aggressive early in the count.
Paints the inside corner there. Viñales very aggressively crowding the plate against the right-hander Bravo. Pushes that one to right. Aquino just hung right up there for him. Out number one.
And nice and easy for Aquino. Read it well off the bat. Yeah, he's crowding the plate and kind of jammed himself on that one.
That's good pitching from the right-hander to find that spot. Going right back there. So here comes Baldoquin. Another righty-righty matchup for Bravo. One hit for each of these teams. Guibert singled in the first for Las Tunas. Cano homered for Diablos in the bottom of one. Lays to center field. Tough play, Liberato, and he tracks it well. Some good outfield play in the early going for both of these sides. 2 away on that line drive.
Yeah, Liberato certainly been one of the smoothest looking outfielders out there this week. He just floats, no problem back there, even though that ball was hit pretty well off the bat.
It's a smooth team, Diablos. As Jordani Alarcón will step in. The 42-year-old. 23 seasons of baseball in Cuba. And is hitting .474 with a 1263 OPS in this tournament to go with 6 RBIs.
Yeah, these 42-year-olds in this game today still know how to play.
Yeah. Got some pretty good ones.
Him and Robinson Cano, of course.
1-1 offering. Off the top of the underside of a canopy up there, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Bravo entering his second full season with Diablos. Third season technically, did make 2 appearances with them the tail end of 2023, but was with the team in their starting rotation. The championship. Had a .447 ERA in 11 games and starts, striking out 5.2 batters per 9 innings. I mean, when you're pitching home games in this ballpark, .447 is a pretty darn good ERA.
Absolutely.
3-2. Again, we are 2,000 feet higher than Coors Field here in Mexico City. And the ballpark has less space in the outfield as well. So it is a homer haven, and we've seen some incredible offensive numbers in this tournament. Alarcón grounds it towards short. Tough play, Gamboa across the body throw. Boy, does he have some quick hands. He makes it look so easy over at shortstop. El Capitan, Juan Carlos Gamboa, the captain of this team. 1-2-3 go Las Tunas in the second inning. Diablos Rojos with a 1-0 edge in the championship game. Ornelas, Rondon, Gamboa due up in this ball game as we go to the bottom of 2. 1-0 lead for the home side, Diablos Rojos del Mexico. Carter Wadilla alongside Matt Yazel. Happy to have you with us for the championship game of the Baseball Champions League. A champion of champions will be crowned this afternoon. Ornelas, the Mexican native, will start things off for Diablos. And it's a ball and no strikes as Vargas is back out there for his second inning of work. Only allowed the 1 base runner. That was the home run from Robinson Cano. Quickly 0-2. Some good stuff early from these 2 starting pitchers, Bravo and Vargas.
Yeah, and Vargas. Yeah, you got to stay in the zone, trust your defense. You saw in that last inning, 3 great plays from the Diablos side. Can't fall behind the hitters.
Does not chase at that pitch. Catcher Perez was setting up pretty far outside. 1-2. Foul tip into Perez's glove, strike 3. Second K for Vargas today.
Yeah, good stuff there. Really trusted his changeup, kept it low in the zone. Great movement on it late. Great start to the inning for Vargas.
He surrendered a titanic home run from Robinson Cano and has shrugged it right off and retired the next 3 batters, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters of this Diablos Rojos lineup. Rondon gives this ball a ride out to left center field. Santos running out of room at the wall. Goodbye! Jose Rondon goes deep, and the Diablos double their lead 2-0 here in the second.
Yeah, he was able to flush the Cano home run, but unfortunately this lineup does not let up. That one, a shot off the bat. Wasn't sure if it had enough, but it was hit hard. He went after it low in the zone. Great look here, down and in. Looked like he knew it off the bat. What a swing from Rondon.
It was too high up for TrackMan. That was a high arcing home run for Rondon, and it'll bring up Gamboa. I mean, you got to try and keep him to solos, right? I mean, that's going to be the name of the game today. We are going to see home runs, but 2 solo shots for Diablos. This is not going to be a 2-0 final score. I mean, you got to be prepared to win a 9-8 ball game if you're one of these 2 teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's just 2 really loud hits right now. It's not a 3-run home run and a grand slam, right? It could be much worse. You could be walk-in hitters. That's how we've seen innings really get away.
Ground ball, Baldoquin. Playing good defense is going to be key as well. It's kind of strange, a game where there's tons of runs. You start talking about the same things that you talk about in a game where there's very few runs.
Yep.
Defense, getting free passes, making the difference.
And when you can get a ground ball like that, particularly, of course, in double play situations, those can be lifesavers.
Yes.
Particularly in this ballpark.
So here is Sepulveda. 2 for 4 on the tournament. His only start came on Wednesday against Tigres de Chinandega. Vargas just misses there. 28-year-old former Cubs prospect Sepulveda, his 10th year as a pro. Spent last season with Diablos and hit .340 with an .873 OPS. Really is impressive how much returning talent Diablos have after last season. Yes, obviously they went 71-19 and may have an outstanding facility. There are lots of reasons why you want to come back, but it's hard to retain players, you know, in the Mexican League, and it's been exciting to see for these fans what they might be able to accomplish trying to go back-to-back in 2025. Three balls and a strike on Sepulveda.
No, you're right. It speaks to the organization they have here. Very difficult to retain talent. We see, of course, on our side in the American Association, sometimes, you know, some organizations retain players and some it's really a complete turnover year after year, because that's just, you know, how it works. Guys are looking to do other things in their career.
On the ground, through for a base hit through the right side, but second baseman Baldoquin was guarding against that, but it goes right between him and Viñales at first. Ground ball single for Sepulveda brings up Mejia.
Great work here with 2 down to extend the inning. Got up in the count, 3-1. Got a pitch he liked. He was ready for it. Just knocks it out into right field. But, you know, when you can retain players from the fan perspective, it's just such great value. And it gets fans, not only players coming back, it gets fans coming back and gets them excited.
It's one of the big reasons why you buy a baseball ticket these days. You can watch all the games on TV, but to be able to say you saw your favorite player in person, big motivator. As Mejia just fouls that one off.
Yeah, on the Major League Baseball side, you know, I got a short list of players that I want to check off and see. A couple years ago, after they very recently changed the schedule, of course, where everybody plays everybody. You know, Mike Trout came to Milwaukee for the first time in a very long time. Finally got to see him. I'm like, yes. Made sure that happened.
Runner goes for second. Throw down from Perez. Is it time to get him? What a throw from Perez. Was not the greatest of jumps from Sepulveda, and Perez takes advantage. A 10 out of 10 pop and throw to get that one. So that's the last out of the second inning, and it remains 2-0 in favor of the home side at the BCL final. Baseball season is back, and there is no better way to celebrate every home run than the refreshing taste of Carbless premium handcrafted cocktails, perfect for every inning. Carbless, proud sponsor of our BCL broadcasts on this wonderful week of baseball. It'll be 8-9-1 due up for Las Tunas, and Perez, who just threw out the attempted base stealer to get the last out of the second, will kick things off in the third. Larduet after that, and the leadoff man Santos in the hole for Las Tunas. Bravo still out there for Diablos Rojos. Would not be surprised if this is his last inning. We have seen Lorenzo Bundy have 3 inning starts from his side. He has a ton of pitching depth. Doesn't necessarily want guys having to face the lineup even a second time through for too long. And it's quickly 0-2 on Perez.
Yeah, I mean, anything to do to keep this Las Tunas lineup off balance, not let him get comfortable in this one. But he is off to a great start.
Perez 9 for 15 in this tournament. Did miss a game with an illness. And goes around there. Can't help himself. It's 4 strikeouts for Jose Luis Bravo over 2 1/3 innings of work.
Yeah, I think early on we're seeing, Las Tunas, adjusting to this type of stuff. They haven't seen it yet in this tournament. That just a nasty breaking ball from the top of the zone to the dirt. Not much you could do with that unless you read it out of the arm.
Yodieski Larduet, 1,000 OPS on Materni, but lowest in this lineup. Has 3 RBIs. But this is a different level of stuff, as you said, Matt, that they are facing against this Diablos side. It's not just Bravo, it's their whole staff. 1-1. 91 there.
Rare instance of a Leñadores bat kind of putting it all into one swing. That's why we've been so, complimentary of them. It's just such an easy approach we've seen up and down the lineup. That time he really wanted that one.
We've probably seen more whiffs from the Las Tunas hitters in this game than we did in their previous game.
Yeah.
And another K for Bravo. He is feeling it out there.
Yeah, the Leñadores keep swinging at that breaky ball way out of the zone. No reason for Bravo to go away from it on 2 strikes. It's a great pitch. It looks like a good pitch to hit, but it just lands nowhere close. Nothing you can do with that pitch. You just have to be able to be patient there.
So second time through the lineup now. Santos, first pitch swinging, and it's 0-1. They did see some velocity from a couple of the Kane County Cougars' arms, but the breaking stuff, the sliders that we're seeing from Bravo have been special. A 1. To the left side, there's a base hit. Opposite field hitting for Roel Santos, and he does what he's done all tournament, get on base out of the number 1 spot in the lineup.
A great piece of hitting here to keep the inning alive. Taking it the other way and not letting it get to that 2-strike count. That's going to be key. I mean, he's got such great stuff. Good strikeout pitches. But when Las Tunas has been aggressive, that's when they've been at their best.
Rondon in at third just in case as Mateo stands in. This should finish up the inning. Sepulveda goes to first. That finishes up the top of the third. So a 2-out single from Santos is all the Cuban side gets against Jose Luis Bravo, who has been completely in control to start off this ball game. Diablos Rojos have a 2-0 lead. One of these teams will be the BCL champ at the end of the day. So we go to the bottom of the third. 9-1-2 due up for Diablos Rojos. Carter Woodeel, Matt Yazel here in Mexico City. Shadows are starting to creep up. Here at Estadio Alfredo Harpelú, left field is the sun field at this ballpark. They have this canopy perfectly positioned, so it's right in line with the right field foul line at this stadium. Mejia will dig in to kick things off here in the third against Vargas. Got that hammer delivery, this young right-hander.
Yeah, we've talked about it all week, but love the construction of this ballpark. Very few, outdoor stadiums like this, you see so many seats that no matter what are always in the shade. The fans are nice and comfy here today.
A line drive right to Mateo. That's well positioned from the Las Tunas infield. Mateo up the middle, snags the liner. That'll be out number one of the bottom of three.
Great start for Vargas, gets an out early in the count, staying in the zone. Another look here. That is a great pitch. Great movement. Going out of the zone. Gets weak contact off the end of the bat.
So now the second time through for Diablos against Vargas with Liberato to begin things. Shows bunt and does bunt it well foul as that one headed up and in. Infield was not guarding against the bunt, and the 42-year-old Alarcon at third is staying put about halfway right now. Liberato flied out his first time out to right center. And it's 0-2.
That's a great second pitch after he shows bunt. Just attack him just a bit off the plate inside.
Oh, 2. That's not a bad two-strike pitch, just misses. I like how Perez is kind of bouncing with the music behind home plate, the catcher. He's staying relaxed. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Another good off speed from Vargas. It's his third K of the afternoon.
Okay, great stuff from Vargas here. That pitch with a lot of downward movement. Liberato, no shot at it. Outstanding.
And that will bring up Cano. 458-foot home run, his first time up today off of Vargas. What does he have for an encore for the home fans here in Mexico City? Oh, and 1. That's a very good strike one delivery from Vargas. Exactly what this right-hander needed.
Yeah, but you could certainly see, or you wouldn't be surprised if he had been, flirting around the zone, outside of it, not trying to go right at him after that home run. And you certainly don't want to leave something over the heart of the plate, but you got to be confident in your stuff, especially, again, this is how you want to face him. Base is empty and 2 down.
Mateo is up the middle of the shortstop, but not a full overshift against Cano. And this goes right to that right side of the infield. So Cano is 2 for 2 on the afternoon. 2-out base hit, 4th hit of the game for Diablos.
Yeah, it's just so hard to get anything by him. It's his 12th hit of this tournament. Every hole in the infield, it doesn't matter how you shift him. He has found it.
Brings up the 3-hitter Marmolejos, who struck out swinging on an off-speed pitch his first time up this afternoon. .35 pitches for Vargas, pitching on 3 days rest. You can tell how much he and Abiesi Pantoja want this BCL championship. They want to take the trophy back home to Las Tunas. To right center field. Santos was already playing toward that gap, made that run a lot easier. playing him to pull in the outfield, and that retires the side in the third. A 2-out single from Cano is all the home side gets. Vargas hanging tough. Las Tunas looking for some runs in the championship game of the Baseball Champions League. We've seen some great support for Las Tunas from the Cuban fans throughout this tournament. Hoping they can find some runs as we go to the fourth. Tight game, 2-0 Diablos. By the standards of this ballpark, it is an extreme pitcher's duel thus far this afternoon. Jose Luis Bravo will come back out for the fourth inning. This will be the longest start that we've seen from a Diablos starter in this tournament, as Lorenzo Bundy trying to ride the hot hand, so to speak, and get the championship here in Mexico City. Winner gets the BCL trophy. They'll become the second BCL champion after the fall of 2023 edition, which was won by the Fargo Moorhead Redhawks out of the American Association of Pro Baseball. AAPB's representative, the Kane County Cougars from the Chicago area, fell in the semifinals to Las Tunas yesterday. So we will have a new champ in this tournament for their club, for their league, for their country as well. All of that playing a role in the pride and the dedication that we've seen from these players over these 6 days here in Mexico City. Slow roller to Marmolejos. He'll take it himself, one away.
Great start to the inning here. Got him kind of in on his hands, jammed him a bit. Guibert with one of just 2 hits for Las Tunas thus far.
It'll be Josvani Alarcon's turn against Bravo. Alarcon struck out his first time up. One of 5 strikeouts in the first time through the order for this right-hander. Opposite field to right. Tricky play for Aquino on the run. Makes the basket grab. Everybody on this team, they just look so free and easy. I mean, they take after Robinson Cano in a way.
Yeah, it didn't look too tricky out there for Aquino. That ball has given a lot of outfielders fits. But he just read it perfectly. 2 of the best hitters in this lineup quickly down for the first 2.
So here it is, Vinales. Flight out to right his last time, rolls that through the left side for a base hit. 3 base knocks, all singles for Las Tunas, and they've all come with 2 outs, coincidentally enough. Vinales is aboard.
Yeah, they haven't been able to get a rally started early in the inning, but they've been able to make Bravo work a little bit. That a good piece of hitting. First example of a first pitch swing that we've seen so much of in this tournament from them.
So here is Roberto Baldoquin. He hit the ball hard his last time up, lined it into the glove of Liberato in center field. Wind just picked up, blowing left to right as it has pretty much all tournament here in Mexico City. If there has been wind, that's the way it's been going. An opposite field fly ball would be tough for Aquino under the current conditions. 0-2 the count. Baldoquin, 30 years old. Started his career with Las Tunas, then went to the States, made Double-A with the Angels, and now back in the Serie Nacional. 1086 OPS this past season. On the ground is shortstop. Gamboa can't quite field it. Rounding second, Vinales. He's trying for 3, and he'll get there. First and third, 2 away on a mistake from Juan Carlos Gamboa at shorts.
Really the first time we were seeing a defensive mistake from the Diablos. That a very tough hop to handle. Didn't quite get down on it, didn't get in front of it. And now an opportunity here.
Jordani Alarcon will look to take advantage. Came in hitting .474 for this tournament. Grounded out to Gamboa at short on a great play from the shortstop his last time up. The E6 makes it first and third. Have not seen Alarcon homer in this tournament. 6 RBIs. Go ahead, run at the plate for Las Tunas here in the fourth. Baldoquin, a pretty aggressive lead at first base. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. And out comes Ernesto Espinoza, the pitching coach for Diablos Rojos. We've talked a lot about how Lorenzo Bundy's team has not really gotten off script as far as the pitching staff that they've used, but under some pressure here after the mistake in the field.
Yeah, haven't needed a ton of guidance on him out. I haven't seen a ton of meetings. But again, just a defensive mistake that leads to a big opportunity here for Las Tunas. Just very rare here for the Diablos. And you really got to cash in here. This is early in this game, but the way it's going, this is a big opportunity to bounce back.
Talking to Bravo and Mejia there, perhaps some comments on sequencing and game calling in addition to the pitching itself. So it'll be 2-0 on Alarcon, one of the bigger pitches of this ball game so far. The championship game of the Baseball Champions League 2025 from Mexico City. In the air to center, Liberato. It's right to him, and he makes the play to retire his side. So the 2-out error is the last base runner of the inning for Las Tunas in the fourth. Just the 1 hit and the 1 error they leave 2 at the end of 3.5. It is still 2-0 Diablos at the BCL championship game. Tired of drinks that promise flavor but strike out? Carbless hits the spot with bold taste, 0 carbs, and 0 sugar. Perfect for drinking light while cheering on your team. Carter Wadil, Matt Yazel. We saw first and third for Las Tunas in the fourth. That was the first time they brought a man to scoring position, but Jordani Alarcon flied out to end the inning. It'll be 4-5-6 due up for Diablos, starting with Aquino. And Vargas delivers down and away. Aquino line 1 to the third baseman Alarcon, his first time up in this ball game. Now 6 for 15 on the BCL. Chases that, it's 1-1. While Vargas has surrendered 2 runs, both on solo homers, he has been more efficient slightly than Bravo in this game. Gets a swing and a miss there. Bravo with 52 pitches through the 4 innings, and does look like there is some stirring in the Diablos bullpen. Left-hander has just started to get loose over there.
Yeah, Vargas has been great thus far. We talked about Las Tunas certainly hoping for some innings out of him, and he's just looked great outside of 2 big swings for the Diablos.
Connor Menez is getting loose for Diablos right now. Full count on Aquino.
Great patience by Aquino. Vargas got up in the count. That one just a little bit too high. Now a big payoff here to start the inning.
Swings at what might have been ball 4 and pops it behind the plate. Mejia gives it a look, but that is out of play. Or pardon me, Perez gives it a glance. Vargas will try him again. Got him swinging. Vargas quiets the crowd. Aquino down on strikes.
Yeah, what a confidence boost to start the inning. Great pitch on 3-2. Just a tick below the zone enough, or even if he had hit that, probably gets on top of it for a ground ball. Just a lot of downward movement from Vargas' stuff. It's worked great today.
Been really impressed with the makeup of this 25-year-old. In front of this crowd at this stadium. Continues to spin those breaking balls, gets Ornelas to swing and miss. Thus far in this game, this is the best pitch game that we've seen at this tournament. Though there's still plenty of time for the offenses to leave a mark on this ball game. You wonder if the shadows are helping Vargas as well with this breaking stuff. Batter's box in shadow, pitcher's mound in sun as it stands right now.
Yeah, when it's out of his hand in the sun, looks like a good pitch over the heart of the plate, and then suddenly it changes color and it's below the zone.
Missed with the fastball, 2-1.
But you're right, that's another factor here. This is Las Tunas' first game in front of this type of crowd in this tournament, right? I mean, they've mostly played during the day. They did play the one-night game against the Tigres, but they play a role in this as well.
And they see plenty of crowds in the domestic game in Cuba. Some of the most passionate fans of any sport anywhere in the world. And for Vargas playing for Industriales, one of the most historically successful teams, no doubt he knows what it's like to compete in tough environments. That's the first walk of the baseball game for either team. Ornelas reaches, and it brings up Rondon, who homered his last time up.
Yeah, just missed with that one. A couple of long at-bats to start this one. He made a great pitch to Aquino, but now trying to settle in. A ground ball would be his best friend here. Haven't gotten many from the Diablos today.
Lined a 106-mile-per-hour exit velo home run in the second inning. Rondon for his second home run of the Baseball Champions League. The right center field gap is very open with this outfield. Santos is pitching toward left center, where Guibert otherwise is deep and toward the right field line. Check to first base. Ornelas did not slide. Not a bad move from Vargas.
Vinales with a, oh, we almost got you.
That close. Back to first. This time he has to lay it out. Crowd doesn't like it, but Vargas is keeping Rondon in check. And in a WBSC game with no pitch clock with men on, unlimited throwovers to first base.
Yeah, that's a great move from a right-hander. Great decision to check him again.
And all three have been tight. Having a word with Vinales here. They're smiling, but there's a little bit of an edge to that in this championship game. Abiesi Pantoja's team, very confident. So too Diablos. Slide them a line here today. Oh, and 2 on the foul tip from Rondon.
You saw Ornelas bluff for just a second there. 2 second. He knows Vargas is thinking about him, but still a good pitch to home plate.
Aldo Keene pitching in at second, hoping for a double play for the Las Tunas defense. Up and in, 1 and 2. Not enough break on that slider. Vargas going to the rosin bag, getting a new baseball, trying to erase every factor from that slider that stayed up. A little mental reset. Back to first. Something tells me that Viñales at first base does not mind at all that these boos and whistles are coming from the Diablos fans.
Yeah, I think he likes it.
That's the attitude you have to have when you're playing in a hostile environment. There are Cuban fans here, but they're outnumbered by the home side's crew. Called strike 3, another K for Andy Vargas. He's got 5 to match the total for his counterpart Bravo in what has been a very well-pitched game early on.
That is outstanding. He's worried about the runner the whole time, and yet he's able to focus up, lock in on home plate, and make a heck of a pitch. One of the best ones he's thrown today, clipping that outside corner.
Just pinpointing that slider beautifully, and now it'll be Gamboa's turn. Gamboa grounded out his first time, has a couple of nice plays at shortstop, but does have an error to his credit as well on the hard ground ball off the bat of Baldoquin in the 4th. Run did not come around to score, obviously, considering it's a 2-0 ball game. Ball and no strikes on Gamboa. He's even got his own song, the shortstop here. Crowd is filled in nicely today. Kind of a little bit of a late arriving crowd for this game, but got plenty of Diablos fans on this Sunday. 2-0 the count. There is some action in the pen now for Las Tunas. Right-hander has just started warming over there, as Vargas's pitch count will hit 55. And falls behind him a count. 3 balls and no strikes. Time for some ruido. Yanquiel Maurice is warming for Las Tunas. One of their better arms. I mean, he pitched 3 innings on Friday, and he's warming up right now. Maurice trying to come in. It was an efficient 3 innings, but that tells you something about how Pantoja is viewing the pitching strategy here. He wants his best guys to be out there. And now out comes Rodolfo Correa, the pitching coach, for a word.
Absolutely no reason to wait in this type of game to get your best arms out there. And he can see, Vargas, who's been great, but his first 2 walks now in this inning, you just can't let this inning blow up. You're only down 2 now, but you got to give your offense a chance with how good the Diablos pitching staff is. You got to keep it as close as possible, even with the hitter-friendly conditions here.
Maurice threw 46 pitches 2 nights ago on Friday. First and second, Gamboa with the walk with 2 away. Big spot for Sepulveda here. Sepulveda hit a ground ball single his first time up. 0-1. Trust your stuff, throw your fastball. So often hear that in a mound visit. That's what Vargas does. What could perhaps be his last batter either way, depending on how things go. Oh, 1. 0-2. Trying to find a put-away pitch now. 2 runs in this game, both on Diablo's solo home runs. Cano homered in the first, And Rondon homered in the second. Every other hit in this game for either team has been a single. This has been a really well-played start to this championship game of the Baseball Champions League. Champions of 6 leagues participating in this tournament. Somebody in the Las Tunas dugout was trying to signal for the infield. I think they're trying to say, hey, keep an eye on Ornelas over at second base. That's a good take from Sepulveda.
Yeah, tried that fastball up and in a couple times. Hasn't seen much success with that pitch. He's seen a lot more success with that changeup diving below the zone. We'll see if he returns to that one.
Baldoquin is playing very deep in the hole against Sepulveda on the right side of the infield, the second baseman for Leñadores. Vargas just stepping off to reset. He's made the mound his own today. The right-hander's 1-2 pitch. He'll have to try again. Overcooked that a little, 2-2.
Yeah, same thing with the fastball. And a couple of those have just not been close.
The slider has been so effective for him. Trying to keep this at a 2-0 deficit, which in the afternoon at this ballpark is very doable. Here comes the 2-2. To left field, toward the corner, could be trouble. It's a foul ball. Not by much, the opposite way for Sepulveda.
Went to the fastball once again, and he got him late on it.
Just looking back over to Ornelas, Mateo's been very active, the Leñadores shortstop, making sure that Ornelas is kept in check. In scoring position here with 2 away. 62nd pitch coming up now for the righty Vargas. In the air to center field. Santos headed in at first, now backs up and puts it away. A somewhat serpentine route, but he gets it done for the final out of the 4th. So 2 walks for Vargas, and if that's the end of his outing, he did himself proud this afternoon. Gives up the 2 solo homers and nothing more here at the Baseball Champions League title game. So Connor Menez is going to come on for Diablos Rojos in the place of Jose Luis Bravo, who goes 4 scoreless innings to set the tone for the home side in this ball game. Hard to ask for anything more than that in this ballpark from Jose Luis Bravo. The full line from Bravo as Menez stands in to make his second BCL appearance. 4 scoreless, 3 hits, no walks, 5 Ks through 52 pitches.
Yeah, certainly our best starting pitching matchup, but now we see, if this becomes a bullpen game with both managers trying to figure out which puzzle piece fits best where, you have to give the advantage on paper to the Diablos. Their bullpen has just been outstanding.
Menez has a scoreless inning with 2 Ks on his ledger in this tournament. That was in the game against Tigres. Left-hander will face Perez, Larduet, and Santos. And it feels like this Las Tunas lineup, which has built itself on being on time at the plate, has been just a fraction late through the first 4+ innings of this ball game.
Yeah, a lot of velocity from this Diablos pitching staff, up and down.
Chopper to Rondon. One gone in the 5th.
That time he slowed him down and got him just out in front. Right on top of it, easy ground ball to start this 5th inning.
So Larduet's turn. He struck out swinging in the 3rd inning, the 5th strikeout that Jose Luis Bravo recorded in this ball game. Shows bunt and takes it inside. Three hits in this game for Las Tunas. They've all been 2-out singles. They have 4 base runners. When you count the E6 that allowed Baldoquin to reach, the error from Gamboa. Ball and a strike on Larduet. Oh, 3-0 for Las Tunas, 2-4-1 for Diablos. Two and 1 the count on Larduet. 40 years old, 18-year veteran. And does have some experience in the Mexican League. Larduet, he played with Campeche in 2023 and hit .277. 93, just missed, 3-1.
Yeah, great pitch there. Didn't get the call. Just maybe a couple inches off the plate. That call completely changes the count, 3-1. Las Tunas hasn't been able to get anything going before 2 outs.
Ball 4, first walk of the game drawn by this Leñadores lineup. The 9-hitter is walked to bring up Santos.
And there you go again. A huge asset to have your 9-hitter be able to put up good at-bats, get on base. Now another opportunity here with the top of the lineup coming up.
Rondon in at 3rd just in case the speedy Santos wants to lay one down here. Trailing by 2 here in the 5th. Oh, and 1 on Santos. Wind is blowing left to right still, but Liberato is shading toward left center field out in center for Diablos. Throw to first. Oh, very close. That's a heck of a move from Connor Menez.
Yeah, that's just peak lefty pickoff move right there. Certainly looked like he was going to come home with that one. But great discipline from Larduet to stay frozen. And then good reaction time to get back.
Did he go? Yes, he did, says Chris Graham, the home plate umpire. 0-2. Graham, the Toronto native, behind home plate. Menez is 0-2. Down the right field line, that's a fair ball, and rolling into the right field corner for extra bases. Larduet rounding second, headed for 3rd. They will put the stop sign up there, but a hard hit double from Santos, and Las Tunas have a chance to get on the scoreboard here. 2nd and 3rd, 1 out, and their number 2 hitter, Mateo, ready to dig in.
Wow, that was a rocket off the bat of Santos. Only question was, would it be fair? A great look here down the line. He just sneaks it fair. Everyone having to get out of the way. And Santos having a heck of the day. Las Tunas, great opportunity here in the 5th.
Quick visit from Mejia, the Diablos catcher. Mateo and then Guibert due up for Leñadores. This has the feel of a must-score inning now for the Cuban side.
Absolutely. About to be halfway through this one. Vargas, if he does go out, doesn't probably have a whole lot left in his start, which has been great. Again, outside of those two big swings for Mexico City early on. If you can at least get on the board, if not tie this game with a base hit, that'd be huge.
Mateo struck out in the first, grounded out in the third. Starting to hear a little bit of dueling chants here from the fan bases. The Cuban fans making some noise after that Santos double. Roller foul, 0-2.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to get those Cuban fans going, and they're not going to go out quietly here, even with this passionate Diablos fan base.
And an offensive timeout here. You're allowed 3 of these over the course of the game. Just a quick word. Some words of wisdom from Nathaniel Reyes, the coach. 2 in scoring position. The 2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss. Chases the high cheese. Important strikeout for Menez. It's up to Guibert now for Las Tunas.
Yeah, big time hack here on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball up just slightly above the zone, and he did not look comfortable on that one.
First K for Menez, and now another visit from Mejia, making sure they're exactly on the same page. Man at second base, of course, want to make sure they're good on the signs, and Gamboa, the team captain, is communicating as well, the Mexican shortstop.
And with the hitter at the plate, you want to make sure you're all set to go. Guibert has been one of the stars of this tournament. Opportunity to shine here.
Three home runs, 10 runs driven in coming into today. And a quick step off from Menez. Guibert through the middle, tricky play. Sepulveda fields, throws to first base. He's in there safely. A run comes in to score. Las Tunas on the board, 2-1 on an infield single from Yoelkis Guibert.
That is outstanding effort, really, on both sides. That one hit not too hard up the middle, but you see Guibert, he busted it out of the box. Not necessarily known for his speed, but he needed it right there, and he made it to first in time. He knew what was at stake. Las Tunas on the board.
Here is Josvani Alarcon. Struck out in the first, flied out in the fourth. Tying run 90 feet away for Las Tunas. Trying to pull off the upset win in the BCL championship game. Good strike one offering from Menez. Have the timing on that. It goes straight to the backstop, 0-2. Can Menez find the put-away pitch this time?
Yeah, he was ready for the fastball there. That one just at the top of the zone. Menez has been in the strike zone for the most part. 14 strikes, just 4 balls. Might try to get a chase pitch here, though.
0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. Alarcon down on strikes, and the Diablos fans make some noise. Menez gets out of a jam, but a run comes in for Las Tunas. 2-1 as the energy is upped here at the Baseball Champions League title game. The energy is rising here at the Diamante de Fuego. Watching the game from the stands or from your backyard? Make it a home run with Carbliss premium handcrafted cocktails. Easy to grab, easy to sip, and perfect for every play. Francisco Mejia will lead things off for Diablos Rojos, trying to respond after Las Tunas brought in their first run of the ball game in the fifth on an infield single from Guibert. The fine margins of this game. Vargas is back out there for Las Tunas. We'll see exactly how long he remains. It looks like Maurice has just gotten back up and started throwing at the beginning of this inning. So perhaps the plan is for him to face a hitter or two and then departs. Pitch count at 63 for the 25-year-old. And it's quickly 1-0 on Mejia.
Vargas has certainly earned the trust of his manager, Abesi Panto, with the way he's pitched in this tournament. Both starts just outstanding. Today, he was able to flush those two early home runs, and he has been great since. See if he can keep it up.
Both runs on home runs, as you mentioned, for Diablos. Robinson Cano, solo shot in the first. Jose Rondon, solo shot in the second. Despite those, you take those two off, just one hit for this game. Or no, two hits. Sepulveda and Cano. I shortchanged Cano's second single. I thought he only had the home run. It's
tough for Cano at bat to end without a hit.
He is in the hole, due up in this inning, due up third in inning number 5. Somehow gets some wood on that baseball, Mejia, and stays alive.
Yeah, just threw the bat at that one. Just to waste that. Hit the ground first, it looked like.
He was fooled by that offering. And Vargas will have to regroup. The 2-2. Full count. Again, spoils a good breaking ball. Keeps the count 3-2. This has been impressive from Mejia, who's 7 for 11 on the tournament.
Yeah, this is a really big at-bat here to start this inning. Top of the lineup coming up after him. Mejia has been great all tournament long. This, a battle.
Vargas' payoff. High in the air, foul. That's winding up on top of the canopy, and we'll do it again.
Way early on that off-speed pitch there. Looking for a fastball, trying to adjust off of it.
Another 3-2. What a battle to start this fifth inning.
This also gives the arm in the bullpen a little more time. He looks pretty much ready to go out there. We'll see how long the leash is.
10th pitch of the plate appearance coming up. And it's high for ball 4. So Mejia spoils some very good pitches from Vargas and works a 10-pitch leadoff walk, the third walk in the last 2 frames for Andy Vargas.
Yeah, that's about as demoralizing as it gets for a pitcher. He put up a fight there, made some great pitches. But just great work from Mejia to fight it off and puts a runner on for the top of the lineup.
And Rodolfo Correa, who makes the pitching changes for Las Tunas, briefly got up above the top step and then settled back down. Swing and a foul ball from Liberato. You'd have to imagine that this is his last hitter, considering Cano is on deck and they have a lefty warming.
Liberato, pretty talented left-handed hitter in his own right.
Yeah. Chopper to first. Vinales over to short for one. And the relay to Vargas is not in time. But that's out number one. Job done for Vargas to get the first out of the inning. And here comes the big guy, Robinson Cano.
Yeah, good play from Vinales there. The only possible way you're returning to there is if he managed to step on the bag and then make the throw to second. But at the end of the day, you got to get the lead out. Yeah, he was not close to the bag anyway. Great play. We saw some defensive mistakes again yesterday, one on a similar play to that. It's a good job just getting the out you had to get.
They will keep riding Vargas, it appears. Shows how much I know. Oh, as I say that, it's going to be a visit from Rodolfo Correa, but he's jogging out there. This does not have the air of a change. More just some words for his 25-year-old right-hander and his catcher, Perez. The gesture to the head, the mental strength. These games call upon a lot mentally, right? 90% of the game is physical, the other half is mental, as Yogi would say, but I think that gets dialed up a little bit, that ratio, for a championship game like this, where you know one team is going to be lifting a trophy and the other team is going to be heading home disappointed. Or I suppose staying home disappointed in the case of Diablos.
No, absolutely. I mean, he knows the hitter that's stepping up to the plate. And the fact that he's facing him in this championship game, he's bested him twice already. But now he's got to find a way to dig deep.
Gets him to chase the first offering. Cano homered in the first, singled in the third inning. Both Diablos runs off of solo homers. Three on the right side defensively for Las Tunas. They are overshifting this time. They did not before, and he hit it just to the right of his second base bag. This one's lined over the shift. A base hit. Robinson Cano is 3 for 3. Liberato heading to third base easily, showing off that leadoff speed. First and third, one out for Diablos.
I mean, it's like Cano is just deciding where he wants the ball to go. He has such control, such composure at the plate, not trying to do too much. And that's a big hit in that spot.
Here comes Marmolejos. Three lefty hitters in this Diablos starting nine to start things off. The righty Vargas will face Marmolejos here, who is 0 for 2 today and 2 for 16 on the BCL with a pair of walks. On the ground, Baldoquin can't get there. It'll bring in a run. Liberato scores. Cano rounding second, trying for third. He'll get there. RBI single, Marmolejos. Diablos Rojos get that run right back. It's 3-1 here in the fifth.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that one had enough off the bat. He got it off the end, but hit it right up the middle. Baldoquin couldn't get there in time. Great piece of hitting from Marmolejos, who has struggled in this tournament. How about Cano cruising first to third?
That will be it for Vargas. Pitching change coming for Las Tunas. The 25-year-old exits with one out in the bottom of 5. The Baseball Champions League title game in Mexico City rolls on. Yanquiel Maurice, who threw 46 pitches in a 3-inning performance just a couple of nights ago on Friday in the knockout round game against Titanes, will come on for Las Tunas here. He gave up 2 unearned runs in those 3 innings of work, struck out 5, without walking a batter. Certainly one of the best arms that Abiese Pantoja has at his disposal, but how much gas is left in the tank? That's a line drive from Aquino for a base hit. Cano scores from third, and it's the largest lead of the afternoon for Diablos, 4-1 here in the fifth.
Aquino wastes no time, gets a pretty good pitch low in the zone, just goes after it. Cano trots on home, and certainly a bit of an interesting and surprising decision, I think, for us up here to leave Vargas in for those three left-handed bats and then bring in Maurice here in the middle of the lineup, but just good, solid hitting from the Diablos.
It's a good offering to Ornelas, who walked his last time up against Vargas. That last run charged to Vargas. He remains responsible for Marmolejos at second base. High fly to center. This is playable for Santos. Going out is Mateo, and Mateo puts it away. That might be the first ball in this tournament that didn't carry as far as I thought it would. Nice play from Mateo at short.
Yeah, that looked like a fly ball to center off the bat, but of course Santos playing very deep out there, so Mateo got his back. That is a heck of a play.
That's an F6 in my scorebook, and it'll bring up Jose Rondon. Homered in the second inning, struck out looking in the fourth. Marmolejos on second, Aquino aboard first, 2 away. Maurice trying to keep this at a 2-run inning for Diablos. RBI singles from Marmolejos and Aquino in this inning. Ball and 2 strikes. Already a right-hander has started to get loose in the Las Tunas bullpen. Poked in the air to the right side. Viñales squeezes it for the last out. 2 runs in the 5th inning for Diablos Rojos. They respond to that run in the top half from Las Tunas and take a 4-1 lead. We'll be back in just a moment at the Baseball Champions League. Menez back on the rubber for Diablos Rojos as Viñales leads off inning number 6 with a swing and a miss. 4-7-1 for Diablos, 1-5-0 for Las Tunas, who seemed to be getting a little momentum when they had second and third and 1 out in the 5th. Brought in 1 run on the 2-out infield hit from Guibert, could not add another. And then surrendered 2 runs in the 5th inning on back-to-back RBI singles from Marmolejos and Aquino. Viñales gives that a pretty decent ride out to foul territory. It's 0-2.
A little more relaxed swing there after going after that first pitch fastball. Yeah, if you're Las Tunas, would love to see an early start to the inning. Get the leadoff runner on. They haven't done that yet today.
Swing and a miss, runs the fastball up the ladder, and it's a strikeout for Viñales.
And this Diablos pitching staff has just missed a lot of bats today, gotten a lot of swings and misses, which is very atypical of this Cuban squad. Great fastball there, well above the zone.
Leñadores averaged under 5 strikeouts per game coming into today. They've already struck out 8 times in this afternoon's ball game. Up high to Baldoquin, who reached on an error his last time up, 0 for 2 on the ball game. Chopper, Sepulveda playing up the middle at second, and makes easy work of it for the second out. And it'll be Jordani Alarcon's turn for Las Tunas. Feels like the Diablos have gotten their control right back in this baseball game over the last 5 outs.
Yep, Menez had some trouble in his first inning. A walk and a couple of hits. Guibert legging out that single to bring the run home, but otherwise, I mean, he showed great stuff. His fastball is giving Las Tunas fits.
Chopper foul left side. It's not charge here after that for the face. Diablos here in Mexico City. Alarcon grounded out in the second, flied out to center in the fourth. Championship game of the Baseball Champions League. The reigning LMB champions, the Mexican League, the Diablos. The reigning Serie Nacional title holders, Leñadores de Las Tunas. Diablos trying to do what Las Tunas did most recently in their domestic league and win back-to-back championships. The 1-2. Fooled him with the breaking ball that time, and it's a 1-2-3 sixth inning for Connor Menez. Diablos closing in on a potential title. Still plenty of baseball to be played here in Mexico City, but it is the home side in front, 4-1, as we go to the bottom of 6. Juan Carlos Gamboa to lead off the bottom of 6. Gamboa, Sepulveda, Mejia, 7-8-9. Due up for the home team, Diablos Rojos del Mexico. Maurice will return to the bump. Got the last 2 outs of the 5th. Did allow the single from Aquino, which brought an inherited runner around. That made it 4-1. That is where we stand in the 6th inning of this BCL championship game. The book is closed on the Las Tunas starter Andy Vargas. 4 1/3 innings of work for him. Gives up 4 runs, all earned on 6 hits, walking 3 and striking out 5. And it's a ball and a strike on the left-handed hitting Gamboa. Action in the Scarlet bullpen, if you will, for Diablos. Righty has just started tossing out there. Called a strike on the inside edge, 2-2.
Good breaking ball. Bold choice of pitch, 2-1 breaking ball in the zone, but he just clipped the inner half.
And it remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. I do believe that is Anraku warming for Diablos out there. The Japanese right-hander. And Gamboa fooled by that one from Maurice. 1 away, first strikeouts for the second pitcher of this ball game for Las Tunas.
Great example in that bat of the stuff Maurice has out of that bullpen. Good sequencing there. That had a ton of movement going away from the left-handed hitter. That is a great pitch. You know, when you have the righty on lefty disadvantage, that's great.
It's a frisbee, just wheeling it around. 1-0 on Sepulveda. This game has had a very different feel from every other game that we have seen in this tournament, not just because of the stakes and the energy, but potentially because of the talent on display. Fewer runs, better pitching. We've seen more strikeouts. It's felt more close to what we think of as a typical baseball game in this day and age at this ballpark here.
The pitchers have really stepped up today. Of course, these managers are going to put their best arms out there to try to win this thing. And they have absolutely stepped up on this Sunday afternoon.
2-2. High fly to right field. Guibert will come in for it and makes the basket grab in the end for the second outs.
And you just see Las Tunas playing so much more comfortably defensively right there. I mean, earlier in this tournament, I think you would have seen Guibert panic a little, charge ahead on that one, and then maybe even have to step back. It's just so hard to read balls off the bat. But so far today, I mean, both defenses have looked really good.
Just the one error, that was the fielding error from Juan Carlos Gamboa in the fourth inning. But you're right, we have seen some odd routes, especially in the first couple days of this tournament, where outfielders were trying to adjust to the elevation that you have here in Mexico City. And now for Las Tunas playing their 5th game in as many days, that's one area that where maybe that helps you. You got more experience playing in this stadium and dealing with the conditions. Liner to center. This is well hit. Santos heading back. He's at the wall. He reaches up and makes the catch at the center field wall. Now that's a great play from Roel Santos to take a potential extra base hit away from Francisco Mejia. That ball was smoked out to center. But it's a 1-2-3 inning in the 6th. And as we go to the 7th, it's still 4-1 Diablos. Onward to the top of the 7th, Carter Wadil and Matt Yasel here from the Diamante de Fuego in Mexico City. Estadio Alfredo Harpelu. Tomohiro Anraku will come on to relieve Menez. The third pitcher for the Diablos in this game. Native of Japan, high school phenom in his days in Japan, is joined for the 2nd season with Diablos Rojos after playing with the Rakuten Eagles in Japan. Now 28 years old, originally from Matsuyama, but he was somebody that Japanese baseball fans were aware of when he was in high school at 16. He was throwing high 90s fastballs, and he participated in the Spring Koshien Tournament, which is often referred to as Japan's March Madness. It's the national high school baseball tournament at the legendary Koshien Stadium. And it's a bracket, and it can get wild, and people love it, just like this over here in the States. And one thing that it's also well known for is high pitch counts for the best pitchers that are in that tournament. He was the hardest thrower on his high school team at 16 years old on Raku. You want to guess how many pitches his biggest games at the Koshien tournament?
100.
No, it's more than that.
Wow.
183.
Oh my goodness.
10-inning game. They lost the game 7-6.
Guess no one was in the bullpen that day.
Well, the thing is, it's not unusual in that tournament for them to just ride those high school arms. Pop fly to Sepulveda. And Perez is retired. Brings up Larduert. But that was not only his only outing of the tournament. He threw 137 pitches earlier in that tourney. So that was just a light session for him.
Yeah. Well, we saw him in that game against the Tigres. That game was maybe a little too close for comfort for the Diablos fans that night. Tigres got the tying run on at third base. Or a tying run at the plate, excuse me. They had a runner at third, but Anraku just shut it down after that with a couple of big strikeouts.
And he's somebody who's built for pressure. I mean, just to give you an idea of how big the high school baseball tournament is in Japan, that game where he threw 183 pitches, it was an 8 a.m. first pitch, and there were 46,000 fans in attendance, according to Baseball America. 8 in the morning. Let's go. The listed capacity of the ballpark was 47,400, so they were about 1,000 shy of capacity for an 8 a.m. ball game.
Of high schoolers.
Of high schoolers. 16-year-olds. And that's going to be the second error on Gamboa today. Lost it on the transfer. The 9-hitter, Lardouet, reaches.
Yeah, the first error from Gamboa, it was a pretty tough hop. This one just straight up drops it.
So that is a big break for Las Tunas here, as it'll go to the top of the lineup in Santos, who is 2 for 3 on the afternoon. Doubled his last time up in the 5th, the lone extra base hit for Las Tunas today. Leñadores hoping this has a similar feel to that 5th inning when Lardouet walked to begin that rally. Onraku backs him off, and the count is 1-0. Might have broken the bat out to the left field side, and it drops foul. And he will need a new stick. Santos is now 11 for 22 in this tournament. And if you're not a math major, that's a 500 batting average. Always interesting when the bat that they get is a completely different color from the one that they were just swinging. Does that mess with your head at all, I wonder? What do I know? But no matter what bat is in Santos' hand, he can swing it well. He could have a broom handle out there and get a few hits.
Been great in this tournament. Been great today, 2 for 3.
Waves and misses there, though. It's 1-2. It's a very aggressive double play look for Diablos here. They know how quick Santos is. And really the middle infielders are more halfway than double play depth right now. Looking for something up here. Catches up to it. It's still 2-2. Seven balls, 7 strikes for Onraku in his outing here in inning number 7. This Las Tunas lineup has put some stress on the Diablos' arms. Count runs full. Luis Mateo waits on deck.
Yeah, his off-speed stuff is very good, but he hasn't been able to locate it thus far. Really only the fastball able to get in the zone.
Onraku's payoff, fouled away. Runner was going on the 3-2 1-out pitch. Single in the 3rd, double in the 5th for Santos, who takes some moments. Championship game of the Baseball Champions League. The 3-2, runner goes again. It's upstairs for ball 4, so that throw down will not mean anything. Crowd is cheering. Maybe they thought it was a strike. And now they're starting to realize, hang on a second, he's still standing on second base. First and second.
Strike him out, throw him out, double play.
Yeah, that's exactly what that would have been. Reason to cheer if you thought that was what was taking place. That was a great throw. Tell you what, great throw from Mejia behind home plate. It's a shame that it is for naught from a Diablos perspective. But an E6 and a walk brings the tying run to the plate for Las Tunas in the form of Luis Mateo, with their 3-hitter Guibert waiting on deck.
You saw a translator sprint out of the dugout for that very quick meeting with Perez and Onraku on the mound. There's a big spot here.
Mateo is 0 for 3 with 2 Ks today. Trying to put all that to rest here. Still hitting 400 for the BCL. Just grabs the outside corner, says Chris Graham, and it's 0-2.
That's a great pitch. Just off that outside corner, got the call. Now in the driver's seat.
Anraku fires. Mateo stays alive.
Very good to fight that off. Similar pitch. But would have been a called strike 3.
Guibert, the man on deck, is capable of tying this game with 1 swing and has the only RBI for Las Tunas today with his dribbler up the middle in the 5th inning. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Down on strikes is Mateo for the 3rd time today, and it will be up to Guibert once again.
Best pitch on Rocco is thrown right here, right on right. This one, it looks like it's coming in the zone, and then it just drops down and in. Impossible to hit that on that 2-strike count. Now it's up to Guibert.
2 for 3 today with that RBI infield hit. Checks his swing, went around, says Chris Graham. No balls and a strike. Gave him the first pitch he eats. '93 up high, 1-1. Righty starting to get loose in the Diablos pen. Nobody warming for Las Tunas. It looks like we'll see more Maurice in the bottom of this 7th inning. That misses, 2-1. Outfield playing deep for Diablos. On the ground to Sepulveda. Scoops it, throws it, and retires the side. So the error and the walk do not come back to hurt Anraku. And after 6.5 innings of play, the Diablos are still in control, trying to claim a trophy and a BCL championship on this Sunday afternoon. Diablos Rojos will have the top of the lineup as they look to put some more distance between themselves and Leñadores de Las Tunas in this championship game of the Baseball Champions League 2025. Carter Woodil, Matt Yezel here from Mexico City. Has been a thrilling week of baseball here at the Diamante de Fuego. Liberato, Cano, Marmolejos due up for Diablos Rojos. And as the echoes reverberate throughout the stadium, the first delivery from Maurice is in for a called strike.
Yeah, put up a big 0 in the last inning. Now he's got the top of the lineup to deal with.
That's a base hit right back where it came from for Liberato. That's his first hit of the game. Did reach on a fielder's choice his last time up in the 5th inning. And that brings up a gentleman who has hits in every plate appearance tonight, Robinson Cano.
Yeah, great piece there from Liberato right up the middle. And nobody up in Las Tunas pen. This is Maurice's inning. He's got to get through the heavy hitters at the top of this lineup.
I think the mindset for Abiesi Pantoja's team is we want our horses out there, our best guys, and we're going to kind of live and die with our guys. In an elimination championship game, the guys that he trusts the most are going to come out there and do what they can. A strike to Robinson Cano. Homered in the first and then back-to-back singles. That home run put Diablos up. They have not trailed for any significant length of time in this tournament. This has definitely been the closest game that they have played, but they led from the very first inning today as well. Just brimming with confidence, Cano and his teammates. Did not love the call from Chris Graham.
A couple of good pitches from Maurice. Gets up in the count 0-2. It has been so hard to put Cano away.
He's the only one with those cleats on the team, I would say. Three infielders on the right side here for Las Tunas. Foul tip, nearly strike three.
Great pitch, Cano. Lucky to get a piece of that one, but on 0-2 against Cano, you give him something that entices him to swing, but not close to the zone. Great pitch.
Has retained his plate discipline over the years. And he and Maurice just trying to each control the timing of this plate appearance right now. 0-2. To right field, Guibert plays it on a hop. Cano is 4 for 4, and Liberato races to third base. Men at the corners and none out for Diablos.
Again, just a tough break for Maurice. He made a great 0-2 pitch that very nearly put Cano away. But this one, just not good enough. Cano all over it. A couple of feet further, Guibert could make that catch, but Liberato read it like a book. Cruises into third.
And now a right-hander has started warming for Las Tunas in Abiesi Pantoja's bullpen. Jose Marmolejos has a chance to really separate things here in this championship game. Broke out of a 2 for 16 start in this tournament with an RBI single in the 5th.
Yeah, good to see him break through. He's been trusted in that 3-hole every game. Finally came through for Lorenzo Bundy, who got a lot of trust in him.
Quickly 1-1. 31st pitch coming for Maurice, who we got to reiterate is working hard in this tournament. He threw 46 pitches 2 nights ago. So under 48 hours ago on Friday night. Bridging the gap between Yera and Civil in their win over Titanes. High fly to left. Larduet has to battle the sun. It's a tough time of day for him out there. Makes the play. Liberato tags and scores from third. Sacrifice fly and an RBI for Marmolejos. And it's a 5-1 lead for Diablos.
A good job all around, Marmolejos. Just getting under this one, making good contact. Larduet, immediate concern there, as you said. He was trying to block the sun, but luckily it was right at him. Liberato's speed around the base paths pays off.
So it brings up El Punisher. Aristides Aquino, as Marmolejos comes back into the dugout after a sacrifice fly, getting the job done. Maurice wants a new baseball. Aquino had an RBI single of his own in inning number 5. That was the most recent run before that sac fly. Wind is now blowing straight out to center. It's shifted briefly at times during this tournament, but when it's been blowing, it's typically been to right, which has made playing right field an adventure for every one of the right fielders here at the Baseball Champions League.
Especially with all the powerful left-handed bats.
Yes.
In this game between these two teams in particular.
Aquino earned that the Punisher nickname when he was playing with the Cincinnati Reds. It changed from the Punisher to El Punisher when he came over to Mexico. And he hits this one to center off the end of the bat a little bit. Santos tracks it down for the second out of the inning.
Good pitch there from Maurice. Not easy to get Aquino off the end of the bat with those long arms, tall frame. Couldn't quite get the barrel on that one.
So that'll bring up Ornelas. Walked in the fourth. That's the only time he's reached base. 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Cano, the only base runner at second. He's taking a microscopic lead. And it's 0-1. Five, 9-2 for Diablos. 1-5-0 for Las Tunas. Biggest story of this game has been the pitching for Diablos. Jose Luis Bravo went 4 shutout innings to begin the ball game through 52 pitches. Chopper over the head of Viñales. That's rolling into the right field corner. Cano headed around second. He'll make it to third. Ornelas with a double. Cano gets the stop side, and it's 2 in scoring position and 2 away as Diablos Rojos move closer and closer to a championship.
And this one, hard hit off the bat. Great look down the line. We've seen those choppers bounce over infielders' heads all week long. All the way to the corner it goes. Las Tunas fortunate it was Cano at first. Otherwise, that is probably an RBI double.
Well, and you can see the look over there that Ornelas was giving to Robbie, saying, hey, why don't you go home on that play, man? But it's all in good fun. He does crack a smile eventually. The way Robinson Cano plays, you know, he's never rushed. That's the way it goes for the 42-year-old. He does tend to move station to station in the base paths. But he would score if Rondon can get something going here. Already has a homer this afternoon. And it's a 1-1 count. Now, there are a lot of players in this Diablos Rojos lineup that have made MLB appearances at the plate. Very few have made an MLB pitching appearance. That is the case for the man at the plate right now in Rondon. He came in with the White Sox in 2019 and floated in some 51-mile-per-hour pitches that were so slow, StatCast couldn't track them. And you know what? He threw a scoreless inning. Pops this one up behind home plate. Perez underneath it. It's moving on him, and he drops it. The wind blowing out changed the trajectory of that pop fly. Perez had to backpedal at the last moment and could not make the play. That is a foul ball.
Tough break here. That's a good pitch. Perez is all over it, but just came back on him. Those are never easy plays. Some catchers make it look easier, but it never is. Good job by Cano, by the way. He came almost all the way home in case that ball landed fair, which it almost did.
Yeah, very nearly did. So as of now, they have not put up an error on that play. 1-2 on Rondon. That's a good block from Perez. But yeah, we thought the 56-mile-per-hour pitches we were seeing a couple of nights ago were something. How about a 51-mile-per-hour floater in the major leagues?
Yeah, I guess it's different when it's a pitcher's strategy versus a position player just going out there trying to eat some innings. But hey, whatever gets the job done.
2-2. So the count is full on Rondon. Juan Carlos Gamboa in the on-deck circle for the Diablos.
Yeah, you can't lose him here. If you're Maurice, you're up in the count. You know, tough break on that pop-up, but a couple of pitches not close. This is a big spot.
The 3-2 jams him again. This time it's the left side of the infield and Mateo, who's having to backpedal himself, but makes the play for the last out of the 7th. 3 hits and 1 run for Diablos in inning number 7. They've got a 5-1 lead. Las Tunas trying to rally with the Diablos close to lifting the trophy on their home field at the BCL. Trevor Clifton out of the bullpen for Diablos Rojos. He replaces Anraku, who worked around a walk and an error in inning number 7. He will take the 8th inning. The stuff only gets better as you progress through this bullpen. And Las Tunas trying to dig themselves out of a 5-1 hole. There's a strike to Yosvani Alarcon. Alarcon, Vinales, Baldoquin. Due up in inning number 8.
Yeah, just 97. Perfectly placed low in the zone to start.
High in the air to right, it's foul. And quickly, it's 0-2.
Yeah, he was all over that, just couldn't speed the bat up enough. We have not seen many pitchers hit upper 90s this week.
Clifton's 0-2. Gets a piece of it, rolls it to the mound. He'll have to throw a strike to first and does. 1 away. Trevor Clifton, the former Cubs and Blue Jays prospect, 29 years old, turns 30 in just about a month. May 11th is his 30th birthday. And has represented the United States in the 16 and under national team. Here's Vinales. He was drafted out of high school in the 12th round, Clifton, and elected to go pro with the Cubs. Made it to AAA Iowa in 2018, but did not crack the big leagues and has been playing outside of affiliated baseball for much of the last few years. And now,
they're checking yeah, that last pitch, he came off the mound stumbling a bit after a pretty wild throw behind home plate. I think just overthrew it.
Under the watchful eye of his manager here. And asking home plate ump Chris Graham for a couple of practice pitches. That's 96 down the pipe. He looks to be all right.
Yeah, another look here. Twisted his ankle a bit.
Yeah, you never want to lose your footing on the mound in any context. The 1-0 to Vinales. Blows it by him at 97. And some positive whistles from the Diablos fans. Responding to that velocity.
Yeah, not much you can do with that fastball there. Up and in on the corner.
Goes right back to it.
If the fastball is working, just keep going to it.
The 1-2. Called strike 3. That's an unhittable pitch. 97 outer black, and Vinales is retired.
Yeah, just a lot of zip on this fastball here. A slow, deliberate wind up. And that's just perfect there. Hits the bullseye.
So 2 away for Baldoquin. And grounds it to Gamboa. Fields on 1 big hop. 1, 2, 3. Go Las Tunas against Trevor Clifton. Diablos Rojos are 3 outs away from the Baseball Champions League title here in Mexico City at the BCL. So Abiesi Pantoja will bring in another one of his starters from this tournament, Albert Valladares, who got the start against Kane County in the game the Cougars won on Thursday and was pulled after 1 2/3 innings. He's going to come on to relieve Maurice and throw the bottom of the 8th inning here in Mexico City. Bottom third of the Diablos lineup due up, Gamboa, Sepulveda, Mejia. Carter Wadil, Matt Yasel here with you as we approach the conclusion of what has been a fantastic Baseball Champions League tournament. want to take the time to thank everybody that made this possible. There's too many people to name, of course, everywhere you look with this group. But for us on the association side, Josh Schaub, the commissioner of the league, Chad Ekron, our producer, who has worked every single game along with us and has worked so hard. We appreciate all the hard work that he's doing. Everybody at the World Baseball Softball Confederation, Valentina Naranjo, Miguel Pascalabres, Giovanni Pentelatoni, everybody with this organization, and everybody at MGO, Atsiri Zetzer, and her group that have worked to put together such an outstanding tournament in the operations side. The folks driving us to the field and navigating the Mexico City traffic, whom we became immensely thankful for over the last couple of nights.
Last night in particular, an end of a ball game and an end of a Stray Kids concert at the same time, very conveniently.
There's another Stray Kids concert tonight later in the area. They'll need to throw to first to complete the strikeouts. Good start for Valladares as he retires Gamboa. But playing in the afternoon today. Sepulveda's turn for Diablos. But so appreciative. It takes an enormous team to put a tournament on like this. 6 teams, 6 different countries, 6 different leagues, 6 different routines, 6 different coaching staffs.
Different cultures, different languages.
And that's a hard ground ball base hit for Sepulveda, who is now 2 for 4 on the afternoon. And appreciative of the fans and everybody with Diablos Rojos as well. We're opening up their ballpark and hosting this game. And we're looking forward to the next edition of the BCL and seeing this tournament continue to grow and thrive, bringing club baseball to a new level and a new audience for these summer leagues.
Yeah, Lorenzo Bundy, Diablos manager, just seemed very excited at the start of this tournament, welcoming in all the other teams. You know, a lot of pride in what he's built with his team here, and of course this city and this stadium, just the perfect place to host this event that is just really still at the ground level, building up every year. Excited to see where it goes.
Valladares delivers ball 2. It has been such a strong showing from Las Tunas in this tournament. Whatever way the 9th inning goes, they significantly improve on that first appearance. They won their first game, but did not make the championship in that 4-team tournament. And I know that was a team in Alasanes de Granma that came in with championship aspirations for that inaugural BCL in Mérida, Yucatan. They brought some more power to this tournament this time around. It has worked, and they've been able to leave their mark regardless of how this game finishes up. Ball 4 to Mejia, so the 8 and 9 hitters reach for Diablos, and it brings Liberato to the plate.
Yeah, danger zone now for Valladares after starting the inning with a strikeout. Single and a walk, and now we get back to the top, who have had a lot of success today, particularly the man on deck.
Luis Liberato reached base twice. One was on a fielder's choice. He singled his last time up in the 7th. Has scored 2 runs today. Has showed off his speed, dashing from first to third on singles in each of the last 2 times he's been on the base paths this afternoon. One-0 pitch. High pop, left side, a lot of ground to cover for Larduet playing deep. Out goes Mateo, and it drops between them for a base hit. Rounding third is Sepulveda, the throw to the plate, not in time. RBI single for Liberato, 6-1 Diablos.
Yeah, a tough break there position-wise on that one. Mateo, the shortstop, covered a lot of ground, but just not enough. Got him off the end of the bat, popped him up. But how about Sepulveda, this crowd, one of the loudest moments of the day for them, showing their appreciation, just booking it from second after not being sure if that ball was going to be caught.
The fans love the hustle, right? No matter where you are, and that is the danger of having your outfield play deep. You understand why you're doing it in a stadium where the ball flies as it does, but that is the drawback, a blooper that drops into play. Pitching change here for Las Tunas before Robinson Cano comes to the plate. We'll see if he can go 5 for 5 when you come back to the championship game of the Baseball Champions League here in Mexico City. Back in a moment. Crack open a cold one that's as smooth as a perfect pitch. Carbliss is ready to be your MVP this baseball season. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 100 calories, and all the flavor. Alberto Civil is coming out of the pen. He is the closer for this Las Tunas team. They have not had a ton of save situations with all the offense they've been putting up. And now they trail 6-1 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Robinson Cano grounds one foul. 4 for 4 on the day. A homer and a trio of singles for Cano, who has been his typical self for Diablos in this game. Has never looked uncomfortable at this tournament, aside from maybe when he got caught on that Ephus pitch last night. Even then, he swung and missed and said, okay, well, got right back to his routine. The 0-1. Cano lifts it to left field. Larduets ranging back. And that's where playing deep helps you there after the bloop single RBI. That's tracked down easily by the Las Tunas left fielder. So for the first time this afternoon, Robinson Cano is retired.
Yeah, good pitch there from Seville. A little bit late on it, going the other way. And if you can get Cano out, that is a big deal. And if you were curious, during the pitching change, the crowd never stopped cheering.
No,
they are feeling great.
And the PA was going, let's hear the ladies, let's hear the men, let's hear the kids. Pitch outside to Marmolejos. They are ready to celebrate a championship. They're ready to see their team lift a trophy aloft here. It's a beautiful trophy. They brought it out for the opener, the first night game of this tournament. High fly to center field. Santos is underneath it. And we go to the 9th. Las Tunas looking to rally, trailing 6-1 as the Baseball Champions League America's title game comes to its dramatic conclusion in Mexico City. Steven Nagosic is coming on to not quite get the save in his 6-1 ball game, but trying to bring this ball game to a close. 3 outs away from a championship, from the BCL title, are the Diablos Rojos del Mexico, facing off against a Las Tunas side that has been game all day, but have not quite been able to put together the offensive numbers we've seen throughout the tournament. Gamboa slides, Sepulveda fields and throws him out. What a play from the Diablos second baseman, and it's 1 pitch and 1 out here in the 9th inning.
Wow, I thought that was up the middle for sure. First pitch swinging. And what a play here, shifting to his right. Gamboa couldn't come up with it. He knew he had time with Alarcon running down the line. Nagosic shows his appreciation.
And a pinch hitter coming in, Peña will bat for Las Tunas. Denis Peña is hitting for Andres Perez. Nagosic just paints the outside corner with his first offering. It was a big surprise when Leones de Yucatan did not manage to make the championship game in the first ever BCL in their home ballpark. The pressure was on for Diablos Rojos to deliver for their fans here in this tournament. They are 1 out away from a dominant victory in this tournament.
a frisbee slider there from Nagosek. There is just nothing you could do. Nasty movement. Great look here. That is from the inside corner to well outside the zone. That is just nasty.
And it looks like we might see another change. New pinch hitter for Leñadores. It will not be Larduet who is due up. This will be Hector Castillo. So Castillo will come in, trying not to make the last out here at the Baseball Champions League Americas. Nagosek ready. 0-1.
Aggressive hitter at the plate, off the bench, got jammed. A good fastball inside.
A slow roller up the first base line. Nagosek glove flips it and tags him out. And that's it. The Diablos Rojos have won the Baseball Champions League Americas 2025. A dominant display throughout this six-day tournament. The most talented and deepest roster in this field comes through. And the Baseball Champions League trophy is coming to Mexico City. The celebration is on here in Mexico City. Carter Woodil, Matt Yezel, Diablos Rojos del Mexico, the second ever champions of the Baseball Champions League, and they're about to raise that beautiful trophy. In the end, Matt, we saw a lot of great teams in this tournament, a lot of talent, but the Diablos were a cut above. They led the entire way to win this thing. The moment these Diablos fans have been waiting so long for.
All sticking around on this Sunday afternoon.
The confetti is flying, and the Diablos Rojos are champions of the Baseball Champions League.